Hello, thrifty people. It's Peggy here, Thrifty Hippie. And I'm out today because I was going to film another on-location haul video for y'all. And when I left the house today, or when I was getting ready, I looked up the forecast. It said partly cloudy, in the 70s, with some breezier, windier conditions coming in later in the day. So I got ready, got my haul, got all packed up into the car, headed out, and now it looks like this out. So they're saying like a chance of rain in some places, and it's very overcast, not just a little. Had I done it yesterday, it would have been a bright sunny day and nice and warm, but I stayed in and did my inventory yesterday and thought, because I was like, maybe we'll get 2 good days in a row and then I can go film the location video today, but that wasn't gonna happen. So I'm gonna get set up real quick. There's a little spot over here if I can get to it with my wagon full of goodies. It's a really nice spot and I think you'll enjoy it, and hopefully it doesn't rain. The place that I want to go is shelter. It does have like a gazebo. So that's a small little peak at Belmar Lake, and let me see if I can get some of the mountains in the background because it's looking all dark and stormy, isn't it? Nothing's really happening yet. You can see the little buns that are out here. All the ducks. Mountains in the background. Oh, if it was a sunny, clear day. But it's still beautiful out. Oh, ducks are getting some fish. Okay. should have brought a hairbrush with me. Today has been an exercise in persistence. When I got here and I got to the gazebo area, there were people there, and there wasn't exactly a good place to set up a scenic shot and like sit down or anything like that. So I decided to go just haul myself around the lake and see what I could find. And I found another location, and I had just got the camera set up and it started raining. I was like, okay, all right, everything back in my wagon. I have one of those really great red wagons that you take to the flea market and to the market and to wherever you need to haul some stuff around. Are really helpful. Well, it was very helpful today. I get everything back in the wagon, and I'm hauling my butt back down this way. And just as I get to this spot, the rain stops. And it starts clearing up in the back, and you can see the mountains. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll set up here. And then I look, and my tripod's not in my wagon, almost all the way back where I was. So after pulling the wagon all the way down there, getting my tripod, pulling it all the way back again, we're set. We're set. The sky is clearing up. The light in the background is pretty. It still looks darker on my camera than it actually is here. It's brighter out. So we are going to sit in this lovely spot and do the best I can at giving you a thrift haul of the stuff that I've found in the last couple of weeks. Because, you know, I go out and I pick up like a couple items here and there like all week. So it doesn't pay to do, you know, a thrift haul after every visit. So we'll do the best we can right here. I'm gonna start with something sparkly since it's been that kind of day. Oh, and the outdoor light, this is spectacular. I hope that is picking up all of the colors. It is not marked as far as I can tell. It has a really beautiful back. It's really well made. It has the lobster claw. I haven't got out my jeweler's loop yet to look, but I don't see with the naked eye, I don't see any mark on that. But for some nice costume. This is fantastic. I think it needs to be reworked a little bit. I think somebody changed some of the loops, so it kind of it needs to be reworked so it can sit like that, like it has a gentle curve to it. But I hope that's catching enough light and the color that the camera is picking it up, because it just indoors, when I picked it up indoors, it just looked like smoky. But there's so much color in that. There's all these lavenders, and like here it has a sage look to it. This sort of pearl pinky. And the blues. And the smoky stones. All really nice. I picked that up at ARC a couple of days ago. And when I have enough ready to go, I am going to do a jewelry sale. I don't know if it'll be with Angela on our Saturday morning special. I think so, because I think she has some jewelry. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that was item number 1. Number 2. Do you guys remember these? I remember these from when I was a kid. I love that textured glass. My mom had a water pitcher that she kept in the refrigerator. That was this texture, but it was the amber. And I know that crinkle glass or whatever, crinkle glass, that texture is very popular back in the 70s, and it's coming back into style now. Looked up, the mark on the bottom is a bee with a circle in it, which was Angela helped me find, was because I was thinking it was E.O. Brody, but because E.O. Brody makes similar glass to this, but not candle holders. And so what she found was Brockway Glass Company, and they had the bee with the circle, but the Brockway Glass Company, I think, is mostly jars. I don't know that they made candles. I don't know that they made crinkle glass. So this is still a mystery. I do feel that it's vintage. I think the candle might have been lit once, but there's no sooty discoloration in the bottom of the candle. Still looks new, but you can see where it melted a little bit. But I was thinking about these like a couple of weeks ago, and then a few days ago I go in the thrift store and there's a bunch of them on the shelf. So I picked up a pair for myself, not thinking anybody might be, I don't know if anybody else would be interested. So and then I'm like, these are such good quality when you feel them, even if like these are brand new and like and remade recent. I feel like it's from the same, they got the quality of the glass right. So it didn't hurt to pick up a couple more and see if anybody's interested. I think they're wonderful. They're substantial. I love the weight. The wax does not have, it's not scented. It doesn't have any kind of smell. It just smells like wax. That's it. So these will be coming up probably this weekend in the Saturday morning special. I do have a pair of them. You know, I love my little pottery vases. I did inventory all this, but I did not clean the stickers off yet. That will be done before the sale. I really like this because this part of the, well, it's number one, it's got this square shape, squared off, angular shape for this part of the vase, and then it's got the rounded opening. Here, this part and this part has like this salt glaze. You can feel it's got that salt glaze texture of like crockery. And then of course the body of the vase has this beautiful blue and cream glaze on it that I think is lovely, and I like that they did that. So this might stay with me, might be coming to a sale, haven't decided yet, but I find these to be very charming and so easy to decorate with. You get a cluster of different sizes and shapes with interesting glazes on them and put them together and they look really beautiful. Next item I have is a creamer and sugar. It has nice mid-century lines, beautiful pattern. These are in excellent condition. These are Linux. So this is Linux merriment pattern, and I'm not going to pull everything out that I got, but I have some of the smaller sandwich plates, the salad plates, a couple of like the really small, like 6-inch shallow bowls. I feel like this might be more of an eBay thing, but I wanted to show you guys because this pattern, this Linux, you hear the Canadian geese? Oh, I hope they fly into the shot. There they are. I like this pattern. It's a nice, clean, simple pattern, and it is called Merriment, but these resell for really decent money. I have the salt and pepper shakers too. What's funny is, like a few weeks ago, like a month or so ago, I had picked up 6 of these plates from the thrift store, and the pattern had been worn down, but I just wanted them for myself because the quality was really nice, and I didn't mind that the pattern was worn off. I'm like, you can still eat off of it, right? But then a few days ago, I walked in and there was the whole like 16-piece place set or more. There were a lot of the plates, and then the different sizes saucers and the bowls, and I didn't grab the gravy one, which when I researched and looked up the solds on eBay, that gravy boat was, I'm kicking myself for not getting a gravy boat. But I still did pick up the other pieces. The salt and pepper sells for just under $30. That is not bad for a salt and pepper set, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know that anybody would be interested in my live sales in this. If they are, I can always bring them out, but this is, oh wow, look at him. This is definitely going to be like an eBay when I get my eBay store up and going. We're getting, I hope, very close to getting an apartment soon. When I get into a set location, I feel like I'm more equipped to set up eBay and start doing my eBay. But in the meantime, I am also going to get a vendor, not a booth, but one of the cases at the vendor mall that I really like, and I'll give you updates on that when I get that going. I don't know if you can see on the island out there, but there's like a goose war going on. There are 2 males like going at it for the territory. Speaking of which, let's see if he gets into the shot. Hello, buddy. Aren't you cute? All right, let me get the rest of this stuff going so I can get out of here. I'm gonna hang out with my goose, man. Gotta hang out with my goose. Picked this up the other day at ARC. I haven't done anything, taken the sticker off, wiped it down, but can you see the little cabin under this gnarly tree? This is where I'm going to retire as an old witch. It's my little witchy hut. I had to pick that up. I mean, that's spectacular. So that'll probably stay with me. Found this at the antique mall. Paid $15 for it. I don't know how vintage it is. The stopper, the bit of the stopper was completely gone, so this just kind of rattled around in the opening. So I just stuck tape all around it until it was wide enough to work as a stopper, because it's just decorative to me. But I like I like jars. I love this glass color. As you can tell, I'm wearing color like this. I picked this up a couple of days ago. It is one of those really lovely towels from one of the cruise lines. There we go. But I'm like, I never find, it is, I won't say never, it is harder for me to find towels that are big enough to wrap around myself. I am a bigger lady. No shame, just is what it is. And you know, you can get beach towels and stuff, but they're like a lower quality. But this sucker, I picked it up because it's a nice quality towel. I like the texture on the outside of it. I thought it was just a fun thing to find. So there's that. Now that it stopped raining, there's people walking around. And I've gotten so many strange looks with my wagon full of items coming out here. That's okay though. Picked this up a couple days ago. Got it half off. Otherwise I would not have picked this up. It is Amberina. You can see that orange. Oh, this light is perfect for seeing that. So you can see the orange glow in the stem. I don't know the maker. It could be a Viking. If it is Viking, I feel like it might be like one of their seconds, because there's a couple of little, they're not breaks, they're just like little occlusions in the glass. But I do think it's a beautiful piece of glass. When I did the black light, it glowed in here just a smidge, and that cadmium for the Amberina. But you can see the swirl of that in the light out here. It's so pretty. I can't say it's Viking, but it's definitely Amberina. It's definitely beautiful. I tend to prefer Amberina to the just, well, I don't know, some really rich red glasses, or I can't take away from that, but I like the little pop of orange, and it really shows up well outside. That's great. So hi, Goosey Goose. Some people know this about me, but you guys are just getting to know me. So I love birds. Have my whole life since I was a kid. Myself and my mom and dad lived in a little town in Missouri for about 4 years when I was a kid. I think we moved there when I was like 5 or 6, and we left just before I turned 10, or just after I turned 9. It was just after I turned 9. Yeah, anyway, we lived, there was a neighbor boy who was a couple of years older than me. And he was an avid outdoor person, sports person, hunted with his dad. But one of his teachers at school was into ornithology, which is the study of birds. And it was the teacher he most admired, so he became an ornithologist. Actually, he's still an ornithologist. I saw him on Facebook. But I had the biggest crush on him and would follow him everywhere like a little puppy. And he treated me like a kid sister. he was very, very good to me, and that was a very important relationship to me at that stage of my life. It was a hugely important relationship to me, and I remember he gave me like his hand-me-down Wellington boots so that I could go tramp around in the swamps with him in the mud to go see birds. He taught me about bird watching. He gave me my first bird watching book. If anyone knows who's a bird watcher, you get a little book, and you can track all the birds and identify them and keep track of the ones that you've spotted out in the wild. Anyway, that friendship was very impactful to me and started my love of birds and nature. And oh, that was a kingfisher. I love them. They have such a cool shape. Their little head shape and that beak. Love it. So I'm like at most peace when I'm outside somewhere, out in nature somewhere, and watching wildlife, seeing and hearing the birds just brings me a lot of joy. I love it. All right. I found these sort of innocuous looking little wooden coasters. There's a set of 5. I think there's probably a 6th one that's missing. The coasters have an embossed, impressed floral print on the inside of them. But what makes these cool, at least to me, is that brass inlay detailing, and that is brass. It's beautiful. It's so understated. I love that. The manufacturer sticker is gone. I feel like that was a vintage sticker. I don't think that was a made in China. These have some age to them. I'm gonna get some wood oil and refresh these before I put them up for sale. They have a redness to them, so I was just curious if that's cedar or not. The ones in here, but I don't think so. I think this is teak, and it has that brass inlay. Love that. Still have the sticker on it. I got this owl coffee mug. I was thinking it was otagari. I think that's how Claudia said it's to be pronounced. Otagari. Because it had that speckled glaze, and they have some really incredible owl mugs, but this is Pure One, and it has a couple little flaws, but since I love owls so much and I love coffee mugs, this is going to stay with me. This I found at the flea market about a month ago. Now the first layer, this first one does not seat right. It is loose, and the top part is just a hair bigger than the bottom. I still think that these are the two pieces that belong together. This is the outer biggest, most layer. But there are 12 layers in here. The two next layers would not close properly, and so I sat and sandpapered the that one's still a little snug. Sandpapered them to get them closed. They're not marked, but they just keep going till you have one that is the size of a little bean in here. And I think that's amazing. And I love that. So everything closes, everything seats except for this outermost layer, and it does sit and seat and close. It's just loose. And that's the only drawback. But I think I'm going to have this at one of the sales coming up. Probably with Angela, since she is into the Russian history. I found this lovely Trinket Box at the Ark. It's made in Italy. Made in Italy mark right there in the corner. It is wood. It's a very lightweight wood. It has these cute brass accents, and it has a little latch that actually works. But I have 10 or 11 pieces of trinket, little Trinket Box, jewelry box. So I'm going to have a static sale and offer all of them up at once. I'll let you know as soon as I get that filmed and set up for sale. This will be included. These little puppies have been rattling around in my wagon. These are Moroccan Tea Glasses. They're a mix-matched pair or set of 4. 2 of them have a gold rim and a little bit of an iridescence, like this one. And the other 2 do not have gold rimmed, but they still have the beautiful gold detailing on the glass. The coloring on that one is just great. So those will be available soon. There's some cute puppies out here. I found this a couple of days ago at the Ark. I like the crocheted part of the tea towel, and then it has olive oil and cheeses and all of that, and I was like, that is gonna look nice in the new apartment, so I got those. And I got a pair of these quilted pot holders, hot pads, whatever you want to call them. And these have like eggplant in the middle, and then olives, kiwi, strawberry, peas, cabbage, squash, kale. And I like the colors. I got 2 of those. And the towel, and they work good together. They're not matchy match, but they have, you know, I feel like they came from the same house probably. I was headed to an estate sale the other day, and I never made it to the one I was actually originally headed to, but I found one along the way, and this is Stengel. And I picked that up for $5. And that is brushed gold. And here is your Stengel mark. And it is in excellent condition. So that'll probably be coming to a live sale. This is one of the neatest things I found recently. And I got it on half price day. It is a leather case, made in England. Sorry, was about to open it the wrong way. And it is a men's toiletry travel case. And it has a chrome plated toothbrush holder. It has, this chrome container has an old Gillette razor and the old razor blades and a little thing of talcum powder. Actually, I want to show you guys that, so let me pull that out. Oh look, the geese are coming. I think they're curious about thrifting and they want to know more about it. Or they think I have food, which I do not. Which could end up being a scary thing here in a minute. Hi, buddies. I don't have anything. You see the shiny chrome? Yeah? You like that? You are so cute. Yeah, I see you. It doesn't have anything in it. He's talking to me. This one. Do you see him? He's checking out my stuff. Look at that. You looking for interesting things? You see anything you want to buy? Do you have money? I can sell it to you if you have some money. No? He has no money. Figures. Geese don't have pockets. Oh, buddy. I don't have anything to feed you. See, this is shiny, but I don't have anything in it. Oh, I mean, I do. Okay. Hi. Be gentle, okay? So anyway, this is the old Gillette Razor. I have to keep an eye on this goose because he is right at my feet. That's the talcum powder. And then look at the graphic on these razor blades. Isn't that cool? Did you see it? I don't have anything in it to eat. I should have brought something with me. Because I love feeding birds. And you know what? I know that gooses and ducks like frozen peas. And it's good for you guys and safe to eat. But I don't have any frozen peas. You are the most polite goose that I have ever met in my whole life. You right here. Very polite. I'm just having kind of a moment right now, guys. Yeah. Yeah. All right. He is bored with my thrifting, so he has moved on. I think it was the shiny chrome that called him over. I love that. goodness. This is a great day. I have to hurry along though because my husband will have to leave for work soon. This is probably my favorite find in the last couple of weeks. I went to Golden, to an antique store that's in downtown Golden, and it's kind of one of those touristy vendor mall kind of places. It's not very big, but they're going out of business. I did make the mistake of going in on the weekend, and Lord help, the tourist season has started, so that was interesting. That was seriously crowded, could not film, felt very uncomfortable for a lot of it, but I got a couple of good things. One of those being something, of course, I'm keeping for myself. I feel like I keep saying that, and I'm so sorry, guys. I just want to share with somebody, okay? This is Barro Negro pottery. It's black clay Mexican pottery, made in Oaxaca. This is actually signed Mateos, and it has the Mexican mark on it, but it's the most beautiful fish, like one of the koi style fish. And they do that dolphin look, and it's etched, and it's beautiful. And last night I was watching Steph Steph sells stuff by the seashore, and she had a Barro Negro peacock, and I bought that from her last night. I was like, oh no. I was like, I was in danger when she pulled that out. I had to. So I did pay $40 for him. He was on clearance, half off. But that's for me. I would not pay that much for something for resale unless it was worth 2 or 3 times that. But this is definitely worth that much. If not, it's actually worth more than that. But I love that it was half off. People are out walking their dogs, so I just get quiet every time somebody goes by. All right, I'm going to show you my last thing, my last item. As I said, that Barro Negro fish was like one of my favorite things that I found. Here's the other one. Alright, this is a hot mess. The condition that it's in is a hot mess. I don't know what happened, if somebody left it somewhere for it to get wet or soaked it in the sink. But if you recognize Bugs Bunny and the monster, and the monster's name is Gossamer. I never knew that. This is my absolute favorite episode of Bugs Bunny ever, ever, ever of all time, because he calms the monster by being nice to it, by being friends with it, by showing it kindness. What I'm going to end up doing eventually is cleaning this paint that's it's peeling everywhere. It's in such bad condition. I paid $5.99 for it. And I did just now notice, I couldn't tell because of all the paint peeling, but I just did now notice that there is a chip off Bunny's ear. I still think this is a fantastic piece, and I'm going to set about restoring it if I can. I want to, these in pristine condition with the box sell for over $200. And I know that, well, I mean, I may put it up for sale someday, but what I want to do is take the time, since I only paid $5 or $6 for it, to clean off the cold paint and find out what I need to do to repaint it. And I'm going to take my time with this and try to paint it back to its original style in its original colors, and see if I can get it looking like a nice piece. This is from the mid-90s. And it's just nostalgia. Nostalgia is a killer. Saw this thing, didn't care the condition it was in. I mean, had it all been broken apart or whatever, I might not have picked it up. But I figured with just the cold paint loss, and it gives me a project to work on, and to see if I can actually do that. And I might film it for you guys as I go. So I hope to be able to repaint this and make it look lovely and beautiful again. And maybe with a better quality paint. Oh, it's so sad. It doesn't look like bugs peeled any, but the monster he peeled completely. Anyway, that was my last piece. Look, my goosey friend has come back. See? You don't have anything? No? Well, I mean, I have that stuff, but it's not anything you're going to be interested in. Yeah. You like my wagon? Yeah. Hopefully my packing up doesn't excite him too much. I don't want to get into a goose fight. That would be terrible. I'm not afraid of geese, but I also respect the fact that that is a wild being, and I'm in its territory, and I'm just going to be respectful and move quietly and not upset it, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to harm him. I don't want him to come after me either. They're talking. Oh, I had some jewelry pieces, some more jewelry stuff that I've picked up recently, but I think I am going to do that back at the house, because any more shiny things might draw too much attention. See if he goes back to the water. I do love that he came to hang out with me, though. See the sun coming out now? Oh, there's that duck. There's a crow or a raven out in the middle of this rock formation. And he's a very opinionated raven. I love crows and ravens too. Corvids are some of my favorite birds. Alright, the geese have gone completely away. They went back out to swim. The sun's coming out, so now the sparrows, the swallows, I should say, the swallows are, oh, a bunch more geese just landed. And that raven came over this way, the crow. Hello, sir. I am super happy that I stuck it out because it ended up being beautiful and I had a really great experience just sitting here and doing this. I'm gonna try and just over in the middle over there is an island, and that is a hatchery, an aviary, where the birds have a safe place to nest and hatch their babies. And then there's the beautiful mountains in the background, the clouds and the sun out. You can see them nesting. Those are cormorants. Cormorants. They're not ducks. They look like black ducks. But they're cormorants, and they like to nest up in trees. Little duck coming back to the nest. And on that note,